Alright guys, what's up? This is Troy from kkwinyls. Today we got a Chevy Impala in for another wrap. As you can see, it was done in a ice blue, I believe, from Vinyl Frog, which it did fail kind of badly. The reason these fail is because they're double layered, guys. So on the bottom layer you'll have the actual blue itself. On the second layer it's a lamination with the flake in it, which gives it that color shift that a lot of these pearlescent and color changing films have. So on the cheaper end of the vinyl industry, they have the double layered stuff. On the higher end, which what we're gonna replace it with, is gonna be the single layered stuff, guys. So we're gonna change up this color to royal purple from ckwraps, and I'm going to show you the process on how to do that, guys. I'm also gonna show you how this Vinyl Frog stuff does remove. As if you could see right now, as I could tell right now, it's coming off pretty perfectly, guys. Even though the clear coating or the lamination is coming off, it's actually coming off really easily, and it's coming off with no adhesive residue just left on the vehicle after it's coming off. So that's a plus for me. The life of this film was about a year and a half, give or take. We weren't able to get a warranty roll for this vinyl just because of the color, but usually on brands like ckwraps, they'll warranty it for 3 years, and you guys have the choice of getting a totally different color or the same exact color for free, guys, shipped to you. Of course the labor is not free again, but the material is. So just to put that out there, let me show you guys the removal of the trunk, and then we'll get to cleaning down the front end and starting on the hood, the fenders, and we'll go from there, guys. So when removing this vinyl, guys, you're going to want to park it out in the sun so the adhesive could actually be warm to the touch or hot to the touch. The warmer it is, the better the adhesive will soften, so you can get it off a little easier. And as it's hot, or as it's warm, that's when you're going to want to peel it off, guys. And as you can see, it is not leaving any adhesive residue behind, which is great, but the lamination is coming off while I peel it off. So there's that. A lot of the pieces are left behind. We are gonna have to remove parts to actually unpeel. So like the trunk, we're going to have to remove the spoiler. For the roof, we're gonna have to remove the antenna, and the doors, the leftover what's on the doors and the side panels, are we're gonna have to take off the trim, the door handles, and the license plate, stuff like that, just so we can get it fully unwrapped. As you can see, that came off pretty easily. And there we go, guys. So we're going to remove the roof as much as we can for right now, and then we are going to move on to the rest of the vehicle, guys. The customer did take off the front end, and it was repainted. So as you can see, that whole top end of the bumper did come off with the actual vinyl itself. I'm not sure if they did that when it was cold or when it was hot, but I believe the bumper itself was repainted as well, and this bottom piece didn't come off. So I'm not sure how they did that top piece. I'm guessing it was cold, which it's fine. We could just sand it smooth and wrap over that piece without having to repaint it, prime it, or anything like that. It just has to be smooth to the touch. We will go over a lot of these areas that are still have a little bit of paint on it, just so we can get it as smooth as we can, so you won't see that difference of level of paint through the vinyl wrap, because if this vinyl wrap is so thin to where you'll see the different levels of it. But other than that, guys, we're just gonna go sand it smooth on that top end. Thank God it hasn't happened to the rest of the vehicle. It looks like everything else is pretty fine. So we are just gonna take it step for step, go slowly, make sure the adhesive is hot while we're peeling it off, so that won't happen to anything else. And then we'll get to wrapping, guys. What is up, guys? This is Troy from kkwinyls. I just wanted to show you guys a quick removal, just to show you guys how the paint and the vehicle is after a wrap. As you can see, this vehicle has been wrapped for about a year and a half, and we're just removing the old wrap to re-wrap the whole vehicle. So just a quick example for you guys how easy it is to change the color of a vehicle when it's wrapped, other than painting it, and also how the condition of paint is right after you wrap it with a good quality film. So as you can see, me removing this, it doesn't leave any glue, it doesn't damage your paint, and it actually leaves it 100% how you had it before you even wrapped it. So this is a good option to protect your paint and to change the color all in one go. See if we can do this before the video ends. I think we can. Get this edge off. Get this off. There you have it, guys. All unwrapped and ready to go, a different color. Wow, guys, so turns out I didn't record this. I'm pretty sure I pushed record, but unfortunately I didn't. But as you can see, we got all of this done. What you want to do is you want to wipe down tack reducer on all the flat edges. So everywhere, right here, all this middle piece right here and right here is where I put it. I stayed away about 1 inch or 2 from the actual indentations of this hood, so you know you could have a good adhere the material to adhere correctly to those spots. And then from there I just worked this flat area and then worked from here down while picking this up so that air could release throughout here. It was weird because this side is a little higher than this side, so you want to work this up and then around and down from here, because this side, this middle area actually tacks down before anything else. From there, you just stretch this way and then work this back, and you got Impala hood done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it out to the tape, which I laid out around the front bumper and the fenders, or just the front bumper. You could lay it out on the fenders if you want, so you could make it a little easier for you to get it off the opposite panels. But we're just gonna trim out this piece of tape right here. As you can see right here, there's a piece of tape on the fender. We're gonna cut on that, and we lay that so we could cut on the actual material and not cut through any paint or anything like that to the other side. Or it just makes it easier for you to reposition, because the material doesn't really stick that much to the tape, just because of texture. But as you can see, all the way to this side, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten it all out so I can see that tape a little bit better. Just like that. Just like that. All the way around. And the reason we're not cutting it in the gap right now is because this panel gap on this side is way less than that side, so the hood is kind of shifted a little bit to the passenger side. So if we cut this to the edge, it'll be perfect. They'll wrap around. But if we cut this to the edge, it doesn't even look like it's gonna cover the hood. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna trim it on that tape. We are going to open the hood. We're gonna roll it over the edge, and then we're gonna cut to the bottom edge of the hood. So let me show you how to do that. We'll go from there, guys. From here, you don't need to put all that much pressure, guys. You just need to cut through the material. So just a little bit of pressure goes a long way. Just want to follow the edge of the tape pretty much. Leave a good ½ inch from the edge, and then follow it through. From there, you're gonna be able to cut. You're gonna be able to tear it all the way through. Same thing with this side. Just use the weight of the blade, guys. Don't push it all that much, but you can cut through the tape and the material because these blades are pretty sharp. Just like that. And go all the way through. Get all this stuff laid out. And as you can see, I'm leaving just a amount of material so I could roll over the edge. And we're doing it all the way around just so we can make sure we got full coverage all the way around the hood. You don't need to leave that much material on the edge, but at least enough to where you can roll it around that edge. The more material, the better, because at this point, you probably didn't relax the vinyl, and with every calendar vinyl, you want to relax the edges before you even trim it to the edge, because if not, if you overstretch it, the material will shrink and finger up on every edge, guys, that you don't relax the tension. So you're just going to want to make sure that you relax every edge of this vinyl before you even get it trimmed. And I'll show you how to do that right now. Sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through, but that's fine. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up all the edges. We are going to pick up the hood a little bit just so we can tuck it around the edge. Now we're going to trim it to the bottom edge of the hood. That, and get our fingers under this hood, try to pop it up. There we go. And then we are going to use a bumper pull for this hood because this hood, the struts are out and there's nothing to actually just prop it up. So we're going to do that. We're going to heat all these edges, guys. Make sure there's nothing lifting up or fingering where it's not supposed to. And then from there, we're going to cut it on the opposite end, or on the bottom end of the hood. Just like that, guys. It's perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut it on the bottom end of the hood so we could have full coverage all the way around. There we go, guys. That's how you do a hood of a Chevy Impala. I don't know what year this is, but that's how you do the hood of one of those. And now from here, we are going to move on to the fenders, then from the fenders to the trunk, then from the trunk to the roof and the doors, and then we'll finish off with the bumpers, guys. This is going to take a process, probably about 3-4 days, since we already got everything peeled off, but it all depends on the weather, guys. We can't wrap when it's raining, and we can't wrap when it's super windy, because as you can see, I have a small car garage. We wrap with the doors open, so just in case, we don't want anything getting underneath the material while we're installing, and we don't want that humidity from keeping the material sticking correctly. So that's how you do a Chevy Impala hood. Let's get to the fenders and I'll show you the rest. So I almost forgot to record the fenders also. Got it all laid out. It's 36 from here to the bottom, and you're just going to cut it short ways so you can have it laid exactly how you're supposed to. Weird thing about tech wrap nowadays is they're actually cutting a piece of the vinyl so they could see if the quality is actually good. So their quality control splices the vinyl. You're going to have to look on the box, and it tells you where the vinyl is spliced. So I kind of just take a shot in the dark and start wrapping the car, and usually lines up where it's supposed to. This piece, actually, I didn't even have to cut. This piece was 36 or 37 inches already off the roll, left over from the splice, so thank God. But usually you're going to want to figure that out beforehand so you won't have any issues with laying it out. Sometimes you could be at the last panel, and if you don't know where that splice is, it could really hurt you, because you won't be able to have, or you won't have enough to do that last panel, guys. So just make sure you read on the box to know where your splice is, and then start wrapping the car from there. So from here, we're gonna get the fender done, guys. Let me put you on a time lapse and show you guys how to get it done, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, this is the second time I work on this car, so I'm just making a quick video on how to remove the door handle, because I didn't do that on the first video and I totally forgot, and it was not hard, but it's kind of awkward. This you could just take off by removing that screw right there on the edge of the door. It's a, what is it? A T30, I believe, T25. And then you're gonna have to come in here. You're gonna have to actually remove the door, come in here and get that where is it, this connector right here, that white one, unclipped, and you're actually gonna have to take the door panel off to get to that. So front door is just on the side, back door, let me see if I could get this open real quick, just so I can show myself. There we go. Back door is under this thing. That hole has a screw in it, and then that comes off from here. Still, like I said, you're gonna have to remove the door panel. Just two screws, one underneath the where the cup, not the cup holder thing is, but like a little storage or cubby hole right there, and one behind the door handle. So other than that, door handles come off, everything's ready to go. Those things just pop off, they're clips. Other than that, like I said, just remove this. The way you remove these is you get down on the ground, there's going to be a red tab on the bottom, as you can see right there. Let's see if I can get it on camera for you, but I don't believe I can. But that tab right there, pull it back, and then this little triangle thing right here, you're going to push it up while you pull this out, and that's how you get these connectors disconnected. So let me do that. Let me get this door handle off, and then we'll start wrapping the quarter panel and the 2 doors on the passenger side. Alright guys, so we're starting on the side of the vehicle, the passenger side to be more specific. As you can see, I already got it cut out. I got the wheel well cut out, I got part of the bumper cut out, the back end, so we won't have so much waste. I did go straight up here at the window, but we're like about an inch and a half forward from the actual gap right here, as you can see. I did cut about 6 to 8 inches forward so we could have enough for the door and have enough for the gap right here in between the doors as well. I already got this kind of lined up, so I'm just going to cut out the bottom for the side skirt, and then what we could do is we could just slide this down, because as you can see, I cut a straight line from the top, so this is not going down, guys. This you could just curve to the actual pillar itself. This you could actually slide down and a little bit back, and you could get both doors with no issues doing this. Same thing for the side skirt. We got it all lined up, and we're actually going to cut a little bit higher than that line so we could make sure we got enough. But as you can see, since we did cut about 6 inches from the front, even if you don't cut it correctly, you could slide it back and you could get it to fit. So just so I can show you, we're going to cut an inch higher, about an inch higher than the line that we created with our finger, running our finger on it. You're just going to want to kind of run your nail through those cracks, and I'll leave a little indentation so you can see right where those gaps or those the spaces in between the panels are, and then you can go from there. Like I said, you don't have to get it perfect. All this extra piece in the front is pretty much going to be more than enough for the side skirt anyways. And then from here we could move this forward, just slide it forward, and then we could do the pillars, open the door, and then from there we could do the doors. So let me get to doing this quickly. Let me put some music on and put you guys on a time lapse, because it is a hot day and I don't want this phone to overheat in midway when I'm doing this. So yeah, let me get this rolled up. We are going to take off, well, not really, I don't want to take off the cap sheet, because if I do get any dirt on it, I could just remove the cap sheet and clean again. So all we're going to do is kind of put this to the side and keep it as clean as possible. Probably put it inside the car so it won't be any dirt or anything on it. And then we'll wrap that quarter panel. So let's put you over here in front of the AC. Maybe we could prolong the phone from actually turning off. Okay, here we go. I'll move you guys to the front end while I do the front end, but let's get to doing this. Not too quickly. Now we're not gonna rush it. We're just gonna do it a little bit quick, because my phone likes to overheat, and I don't want to just lose a big piece of the video because of that. So this car is fairly easy. So let me put you guys on the time lapse. Let me put some music on and get this done. All right. So now moving the angle so you guys can see the top, and then cue the music and and forward the video. All right, guys, we're back today. We're going to start on the roof. Got pretty much everything done from the sides to the fenders, hood, trunk, wing, pretty much everything besides this side skirt and the bumpers. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the roof today. It is drizzling a little bit, but it's fairly dry outside. What we're going to do is we're just going to work on the roof. Since it's a pretty flat area, we are going to probably wait on the bumpers because they do require a little bit more stretch, and I don't want the humidity today to be messing with it. Other than that, guys, we got the antenna off already. We got everything cleaned down. I did use some tack reducer just to help us on the repositioning on this back on this roof. This stuff is a little bit thicker than the rest of the tech wrap, but it does stretch fairly easily. You'd still need heat, but it stretches fairly easily. So we're going to tack down the back, and while we're pulling off the backing paper, we're going to keep it taut to the front so we could kind of generally get it a little bit laid out to where we want it, and then we'll just do the ends, because right here on the back end, as you can see, you just need a little bit of tension and you could get all this straightened out. The front is pretty much the more curved area, so we're going to need a little bit more stretch on that end. For roofs like this roof does have a sunroof from about here to about maybe 6 inches from the front of the roof. So you're going to want to leave that closed, guys. The reason being is because if you do cut out that section and try to work around it, you're going to need to tension these ends a lot more than if you're working with it flat. For some reason, that's how it is, guys. Once you create that slack in the middle, it's going to be a lot harder to get that tension correct to where everything is going to lay flat in the front. So let me get to working on this. Let me put you on a time lapse and get to wrapping. Alright guys, time to do the bumper. We already got it cut out, the stuff that we're not gonna wrap. So we're going to do this piece, kind of the foot or the step of where you're getting into your trunk, stuff that where you lay stuff on before you load it up into your trunk. That stuff gets a lot of scratches and all this other stuff that you could eventually get from laying stuff on there, or like just dragging stuff up and down into your trunk and out. So usually I like doing that in another piece, especially laid over this piece, just in case you do tear it or you do get enough scratches on it or something fails to where I could just peel it off and put another piece back on without doing the whole bumper, guys. So we already have it cut out. We're a good inch or two from each side. You see, you could actually slide it a little bit more this way. Just about like that. Yeah, perfect. So we got like an inch on that side. And about a little bit more than an inch on that side. There we go. So right there should be centered. As you can see, I cut out this bottom piece so we won't have to waste some material. What we're going to do is we're going to get it tacked down here in the middle, and then take off the, well, we're going to take off the cap sheet first, then we're going to tack it in the middle and work our way to the sides with keeping some firm tension on it, guys. That's pretty much it, guys. All you need to do is do the same thing on the other side. Just replicate this on the other side and you'll be fine. This bumper is actually pretty easy compared to a lot of other bumpers that are out there. All you need to do is make sure you stretch around this curve from here to here to get this laid out ready, and so it could shrink back down and you can get that all covered up and wrapped around this edge right here, and then from here to over here, so you could flatten this part out and cover the whole bumper. We did this with 26 inches wide film, and then it's 100 and I believe it was 132. You could measure your own vehicle. Don't believe me, it might be wrong, but I believe it's 132. And the front bumper is way shorter than this, so you could get this. The front bumper and the top of the front bumper done all in one piece, and we still got another 10-15 feet on the roll, guys, just in case the customer has any issues, just in case anything lifts down the road. We have enough to replace it, or if the customer dings the door or something down the road, we have enough to replace it, guys. So this is how you get this done. Let me get done with the other side and then we'll move on to the front bumper, guys. The front bumper does need some sanding done to it. On the front end, on the front portion, I'm going to show you guys that. We're going to do our best to get it as flat out as possible. I'm not a body guy, so I'll show you guys that, and then we'll get to wrapping the rest of the vehicle. Hopefully we finish today. If not, we always got the rest of the week. I've only been on this car for about 3 days, and we already have everything done besides the bumpers, guys, and the little pieces like the antenna. We already got the door handles done, the whole driver and passenger side, the roof, trunk, rear bumper. We're just gonna get that done right now. Gas cap. That's pretty much it, guys. All we need is a front bumper and the antenna, and then we're good to go. So let's get this thing wrapped up and show you the end results. As you can see, I worked my way from the middle outwards, and then when I got to here, most from like here to the top was already flat. All I did was pick it up to about right here, make sure that the line was straight across. heated it, pulled it to the rear corner of that bumper so I could hinge it, and then I tightened it all the way that way. As you can see, this is why I did it that way, so I could get full coverage underneath the bumper. This bumper did have a little bit of scrapes and stuff on the bottom, so this customer might have issues with that down the road, scraping this one off. But as far as that goes, this is probably the best way to get that bumper done. Like I said, I did this whole section from this little triangle right here, all this, all the way up to here, this body line. Then I did this another section. You could do this top piece another section as well, the one facing upwards that you can't really see, or you could just leave it the original color of the car. A lot of people don't see that, or if you do it like me and I did it beforehand, you could patch it up after you already got the whole bumper done. This bumper is actually fairly easy, guys. It's pretty flat, and if you do what's it called, inlay it like I did, it is extremely easy, guys. You just need to know where to pull. But majority of this bumper is flat. From here to here, I didn't even need any kind of tension, any kind of heating. From here to here, I needed a very little bit of heat just so you could curve around this end, and so it could all lay flat to where it wants to go with that little even tension. And then pretty much all this just laid exactly how I wanted to, since this is flat from here. As soon as you got this tension out, all that pretty much just lays flat how it wants to lay. So we're gonna be doing the other side. I'm not gonna bother you guys with repetition here. I just want to show you more or less how you get this bumper done. Then we're gonna trim it out, move to this little piece right here that I got, a little piece from the two bumpers, and the leftover is going to be with that piece. I am going to show you that because this is a straight piece that I cut, and I'm going to show you how to tension it and curve it to where you don't need to actually find a piece that's like this big to actually get it wrapped. If you put enough tension on it, you could wrap all that bottom part that's facing towards you, the part that's facing upwards, which is this white part, and then you could actually, what's it called, heat it and tuck it in as well. So let me get to doing the rest of this bumper. I'll show you after how it looks, and then we'll get to doing this last piece. I think that's all that's remaining. After that, we're going to wrap the antenna, which is the last piece that I need to put back on, and then we'll get to putting the door panels back on because everything is apart on the inside right now, and we'll go from there. As you guys might have noticed, I was a little bit all over the place with this video. It had to do with my phone not cooperating with me. It was overheating every like 30 minutes when I was recording, and it was also having to do with the weather. I didn't want the weather to act up and it rain and me have this car for a lot longer than what I'm supposed to. So I kind of had to get everything done quickly and in a timely fashion. This color did do good. The install was extremely great. I am a little behind on the video uploads, guys, so just bear with me. I'm trying to make these look as good as I can, but here's a review, and I hope you guys like the video. Ready for the reveal? Huh? Ready for the reveal? Yes. Okay. Alright, we just finished yesterday, so this is the end result.
Man, it looks nice. Nice.
What's your first impression on the new wrap?
Nice. It looks badass. Actually, this one looks a little better than the blue one.
Yeah, for sure. It pops a lot, especially in this weather where it's cloudy. It's gonna pop super bad.
Nice.
Let me drive it out for you so you can see it in. And there we go, guys. This video was a little put together, a little bit more crazier than the rest of the videos I have up. I am a little behind, like I said. Just bear with me. I'm trying to make these look as good as I can. If you guys watched to the end, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Sweet.